believe we might be live. Let me double check. I think we're live. I'm not sure. Yeah, okay. And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Quarantine Livestream, the live stream where you had nothing better to do, so might as well come join me and maybe some guests. And the topic of today's live stream is HoneySplash. I'm redesigning her, trying to fit a new style and new colors. These colors here are actually from my resume of all places. So I took the colors and I'm like, maybe I can work them into Honey Splash's design. We'll see. So it seems like just about every year I redesign her, and I swear one of these years I'll just like stick to it, and then I won't have to change her. But no, it's like a new car model each time I decide a new design for her. So yeah, that's what the plans are for today or tonight. It's pretty late, as you can see. I take no measure in hiding the fact that it is as late as it is. So yeah, it's just a surprise short live stream. I don't expect to go longer than an hour. Just maybe even just lining this would be nice tonight, and maybe adding some colors. I'm trying to see if I want to do like a ref sheet or something like that. I mean, I'm sure you guys seen ref sheets before. Uh, I should probably exit out of this document. Save changes, yes, please. Cloud documents, because that's awesome. So yeah, that's that. I don't know if I have any examples of. Oh yeah, here's Honey Splash's recent, like 2019 character sheet. So this was her old design, and I don't like it. Like I don't need to like it's nice and all. It's nice. It works. But I don't think this describes me as a person. Or so okay, maybe I should backtrack. What Honey Splash is to me is like kind of like a mascot for my channel, for my persona online, that sort of thing. I don't consider myself a furry. Please don't call me that. It's just sort of a cartoon representation of myself. Um, but no, so I take characteristics that I feel like are important to my personality and I add it into the characteristics of the character. It just so happens to be that of a more animal. So this was an interesting concept where she had like honey powers and she had these wings that could like phase in, kind of like how Lapis Lazuli from Steven Universe, how her wings work, but with honey. But it was also kind of like this magic honey where it was fire. It's cool. It's cool. I just think that this design no longer suits how I like to draw right now, both with the line work and just sort of the colors. And she's kind of lengthy. She's kind of like long, and me as a person, I'm not like that. I'm kind of kind of short, kind of stubby, and I think that's cute. So I've kind of took those elements and started adapting Honey Splash into a different design. So I've already kind of made efforts. So this was kind of a sketch I did. I wonder if I have a picture of it still. Yeah. So this was. Ooh, I'm sorry. Let me get rid of all the. Let me get rid of the lines. I already kind of started with the line. Excuse me. Where are line? Oh, there it is. Okay. It helps to label things, but I never labeled them correctly. So this was the sketch, so you can kind of see like the differences. Also, I reversed the image this way. Honey Splash is backwards, but um, yeah. So this is the sketch, and the leg proportion was a little bit weird here, and just the overall look needed to be refined. So I've recently relearned that several layers of sketching is totally fine. I used to just do like one layer of sketching and then go into line, like from straight from here and then go into lining. And I think it was a an animation YouTube channel that focuses. I forget the name of them. I think it's called BAM. Yeah, BAM. So um, just I don't know what BAM stands for. Maybe it's just straight up like they just wanted it to be BAM, but it's BAM animation. Oh, sorry, animation. Uh, Look it up on YouTube. Very cool. What they do is they take uh, users' animations and designs, and then they refine them and tell and give commentary. It's really nice. I recently just found them like a week ago. They've been doing it for a while now, and I'm like, wow, how have I lived under a rock this long? So I guess quarantine really really helps bring out new information about cool things in the world. Despite everything that's going on, it's nice to keep on learning, keep on improving, keep on keeping on. So yeah, so I highly suggest them. They're super cool, and they did a whole episode on lining. And one of the things I realized was that a lot of my mistakes, especially mistakes I was making in here, and maybe this isn't as obvious, but like these lines here are not very confident lines. They don't show like this right here with the jagged edge. I could redo that. I could make that nicer. And how the line weight isn't really descriptive of the shading. Now it's not terrible by any means, but it's not the ideal. It's not where I want to be at. So that's why I'm improving. Oh yeah, especially with the horns. Like, what is going on here? Like, what? And if you might have noticed, I decided to ditch her horns. I don't see why horns were kind of my thing anyhow. I'm not quite defensive in the way, so I didn't see it fitting the character anymore because the character's supposed to be a representation of my. I call them soul hybrids, but really deep down, don't tell me. But I know their personas. Don't tell me. I don't want to hear it. Um, but yeah, so this was another sketch. So I might work with these poses. I didn't like this one very much. It looked too much like the old version. Ooh, yikes. um, so yeah, so I am definitely using some of the elements from this and making it into a new thing. Um, but no, these poses might be interesting in the future. Also, kind of redesigning my style and all of that. It's nice to take these reflections and this new stuff. So this file was actually going to be a new ref, and as you can see, I already started redesigning her. Actually, let me rotate this image so that you can. I always mess this up. Let's see if I can get it right. Nope, I messed it up. Okay. Huh. I always flip it the wrong direction. Does this happen to you guys? I never learn. I never learn. Horizontal. There we go. So this was her. These are some sketches of what the new template was going to look like. So I was going to keep the honey wings. I was going to keep the horns, but just change them, not have them wrap around, and have them safer for animation. But I just didn't think these sharp angles suited me or this character. So I was like, okay, back to the drawing board, quite literally, and I came up with. Let's see if this is nothing. I came up with starting to wrap it around to be more shape oriented because there is another episode with I swear just watch those guys instead of me honestly um in BAM animation where they talk about character design. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And they were talking about shape dynamics and how different shapes translate to different character traits. So for example, shape storytelling exists kind of like there is four, oh, excuse me, three basic shapes, right? Oh my god, excuse the. Oh, that is not a circle. What is that? Hold on, let me try that again. Okay, we're just gonna pretend that's a circle. So there's three basic shapes. Uh, rectangle or rectangular prism if you want to make it in the third dimension, uh, triangle, and circle. So these are the three basic shapes of character building in the world. So these shapes can be found just about everywhere, and they all mean different things. So square kind of means sturdy. Could be sturdy, uh, strong. I guess that's kind of the same. I guess sturdy and maybe stick in the mud kind of attitude, sticky. And then rectangle is energetic. Uh, if you see some villains, they're usually evil. Or excuse me. If you see some villains, they usually use triangles. So usually it's it evil or um, sort of a sharp appearance. If you look at just like literally Google any Disney villain, you'll see that there's a triangle motif. Or my favorite is Bill Cipher. Just that idea like he is just a Dorito and we just all love to hate him. Bill Cipher. There we go. He is perfect example of shape character design. And then of course circle, which this is also like intelligence kind of intelligence. Oh my gosh, I can't write today. You know what I mean? Maybe if I lowered the brush size, I would be in better suit. I usually have to keep it at 6. Much better. Okay. And then circle usually means if you look at like the main characters, they tend to be circles because that tends to be positive traits. This isn't always the rule. You can combine and try to see. But the whole point of character design, and I'm just kind of repeating their video, is clarity. Wow, clarity. So nice. So clarity is the whole point of character design. The fact that you're trying to tell a story. Welcome to my TED Talk, by the way. Tell a story with a character, with like designs. So if my story was about a cat, what elements do I know about cats that tell me what they're like? So I might do, as you notice, this is a lovely cat. As you notice, I'm already using shape dynamics to figure out to figure out what this would be like. So cats tend to be energetic. I have the triangles in there. They tend to be sturdy in the back. I have the rectangle and the circle. But if I wanted a more energetic looking cat, I can work more with those shape dynamics. Make it look more rigid with the the shape. See, now this feels like this cat is gonna bounce on me any moment. Like he's just gonna pounce. Bounce. He might just bounce. So yeah, that is what I learned from that video. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. So it made me really reconsider everything I was doing with HoneySplash. And it made me want to try to redesign her in a way. So I started working with shape dynamics, and yes, of course, it's not fitting to a cartoony style. It's more detailed. Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hi. How's it going?
Not too bad. How are you?
I'm good. I was just sort of explaining to the audience like what the heck I'm doing, and I kind of went on a really long tangent, but it's okay. um so anyways, oh, you still here? He might have left. No, he's
No,
still
I'm
here.
here.
Okay. This is Sam. Say hi, Sam.
Hi, Sam.
Wow, I'm so proud of you. Thanks, babe. um, but yeah, so as I was saying, um, I was working with shape dynamics, trying to work on more like curves and sharp edges as for her design. Because I wrote down like three characteristics. I'm creative, kind, and I forget the third one. Uh,
Cunning?
yeah, cunning's a nice word, but I don't know if it would describe me. Uh,
I just wanted the joke from Three C's, the 3C joke.
no, no, I don't know about that.
No,
Uh,
no, just to have 3C's. I mean,
oh,
kind starts
oh,
with a
okay.
K, but
I was gonna say like it doesn't quite work, but I see the effort. I appreciate it. Yeah. Nah, that's cute though. I think cute was the last one. I don't know. We'll try. We'll try. Um, so yeah, that's kind of where I was going with was what characteristic of different animals make sense in this design, and how can I use shape dynamics to work into the character design and what the animal makes up and stuff like that. So I worked with a sketchbook to figure that out. Let me get rid of the line again. So I started with the sketchbook, and then I built up different sketches for the. Let's get rid of this one. And I built up different sketches. So above that, I built this one, and then that one. So it's refining each time. And this was like kind of the final sketch, I believe.
it's very interesting. So layering, basically.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that's something I kind of lost touch with. Each layer you refine it a little bit more. You don't have to take a whole lot of time doing it. You just have to be more specific because if I lined straight from the sketch, I wouldn't it wouldn't be as nice as I would want it. Like if I tried to trace it here, because like which line do you trace wait in here? Like this line, this line, this line, you know? So being able to refine it allows me to say, okay, which lines do I like and which style do I want to do it in, and that refinement allows me to make better lines. So yeah, and even now, I'm looking at this like I don't like these lines here, so I'm gonna try to make it look nicer. And yeah, that's kind of because if you think about lining like inking, it starts to make sense. Yeah, you want to make the best ink line and make it look as if it is the contour to the character. So yeah, that's kind of important. And with inking in real life, you don't you don't have the option of going back, but inking in digital space, you do. So that's nice.
Good
Um,
old Control Z undo.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Control Z my on my gravestone. Can I go back?
I'm not ready to die.
Okay, so I'm gonna put up the sketch. Oh, and I also decided I really like the idea of having these dots here. It's significant. I wear 8 rings for a reason. They also represent a bit of my own personality. So 4 dots on the right side, 4 dots on the left side uh, of underneath the eye. I think that's a design element I'm keeping. I made the tail kind of fluffy throughout, and then kind of have the big floof at the end. A lot of some of her older designs, this doesn't show it, but one of the first designs of HoneySplash, this is like ages ago. I might have been like 8 years old. Um, she has a tail that went from dark to light, um, and I kind of want to see if I want to bring that back because I kind of miss it. Not gonna lie, maybe just right in here from dark to light, and then just have it like 3 shades because I still want this to be animation friendly. Because a gradient ain't gonna happen in animation, sweetheart. It's just not gonna happen.
It would be beautifully. Yeah, I would say halfway through the tail would look nice.
Yeah,
Halfway to the tail,
yeah. Thank
or
you.
it's one third, one third, one third, or one half.
Yeah, like right about this would be half, and then 1/3 would be right about here. Yeah, that could be interesting. Yeah, I like that idea. Thanks. Okay. So yeah, we're just gonna jump right into it. I'm actually gonna flip the canvas again because I think drawing from that direction was helping me out. Uh, Image, rotation. I always mess this up, so it's vertical. No, I always mess it up. It's horizontal. Image rotation, horizontal. Because I think, I don't know. Because I always think the opposite of what it is. Because I think this could be vertical. You flip it this way, like a page book. So it makes sense if it's vertical. Horizontal reminds me of it would flip it the other way. I think. I think of it where the image needs to be, not so much how it is shifting, and that's where I get messed up. Um, Word wise, it's so then I tell myself it's opposite of what I think, and I still mess it up. But that's besides the point. Okay, back to drawing. Finally, after I went on a weird tangent about YouTube, I watched. Babe, you weren't here for it. It was like it was a long tangent. I basically went into a whole rant about character design. This needs to be.
It's a shame I missed it, but it is obviously recorded, right? So I will
Yeah, it
definitely
should
check
be
it out.
recording. Who knows? I sure do hope it is. I sure do hope it is. Um, there's no guarantee anymore with the state of YouTube the way it is. There's no guarantee, but I see. I think I'm saving it remotely through the streaming software I'm using, so I think it'll still save it even if YouTube decides it doesn't want to save it. Um, so we'll see. We'll see which one decides to save the video if it saves it all. If not, you know, we tried.
We tried, we failed, we cried.
Yeah, cry all the time. Hashtag cry all the time.
Just draw right underneath HoneySplash, cry all the time, hashtag.
Oh no, that's what these are. They're teardrops.
Cry all the time. Each dot represents a word. Cry all the time. I cry every time.
Cry all the time. There we go. I cry so hard. Get so
She looks
unprofessional.
like she looks like she has a teardrop tattoo.
Yeah, I know that's what it looks like for sure. Uh, yeah. So we're keeping this here. I'll come back to that.
It is forever a part of the character now.
It's part of the character, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I can't line today. Jeez. Okay. So that's better, but not perfect. Okay, there we go.
Perfection is an illusion slash a definition that is accustomed to each person. So what is perfect to me is not perfect to others. But ultimately, the
Oh.
definition of perfect is something that cannot be topped or better.
Hmm. Thank you for sharing that
Yes.
idea. Yo, things are popping off in the live stream server.
Yeah, that's I saw that. Claudia and Welly joined.
Yeah, I know who they are. Those weebs. Actually, only one of them's a weeb. One of them is a weeb in denial. Just like you.
I am not a weeb.
Okay.
Listen, a weeb disregards their own culture. Hey, Welly, a weeb disregards their own culture in favor for the Japanese culture, and they tend to be unhealthy about how much they love the Japanese culture. I just respect that culture and don't really bother much with it.
Did she leave?
No, Welly's still here.
Oh, okay. She's just listening and not talking. That's fair. It's Maya, yeah? That's Maya's account, I think. Can I call you Maya, or do you want to be called Welly?
I don't care. I'm
Hi.
or HoneySplash.
uh, yeah.
How's
Oh,
how's quarantine going?
quarantine is great. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm so glad to be here with my family. Yeah. I don't quote
Oh yeah,
I,
that'll do it.
I
That'll
don't
do it.
I don't cry all the time. I don't cry all the time.
Oh, hey.
It's good, it's good. It's
Cry
actually
tears of joy.
Oh,
Cry
it's
tears
tears of
of
joy,
joy,
natural
you
yeah.
know.
opportunity for us up
Tears of
here.
joy.
Cry
Tears of
all the time!
happiness.
Exclamation point.
Happy face, happy face. Two exclamation points with a smile at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
No, no,
Perfect. That's my new
like
slogan.
no, like you would have two exclamation marks, and then the dots are the eyes, and
Oh,
then you would
honey,
put a
you're
smiley
asking
face.
for too much right now. Asking for way too much.
Is that Samuel?
Yes, that is Samuel.
Yes, it is I.
Hello,
Hello.
Samuel.
Pleasure.
Oh, you cut out hardcore, Maya.
I
Oh.
wasn't talking.
Okay. Good to know. How's the wilderness life treating you?
Brianna's not girlfriend came up
Oh, I didn't realize.
actually.
Did Brandon come with you guys?
It's a long story. Like a really long one actually.
Oh boy.
But like it's whatever. But we're having a great time.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear
Making
it.
fires and going on and checking out the stuff. I, I'm having an excellent time.
That's good.
My sleep has been quite restful.
Quite restful. Yep.
It has.
Hey, is there TV in the background?
Yeah, that's Willie. That's
It's
me. That's my
downstairs.
Oh.
Sound carries here.
Oh.
rule number two: have a decent mic with little background noise. Technically, that is little background noise. So,
Yeah.
hmm.
It's okay.
And you
Ah,
are
Samuel, tell me
requesting
about yourself. I
me?
know nothing about you for the most part.
I've said some things.
Well, to tell you the
I've
honestly, there
forgotten
is
them
actually a
all.
platypus that I'm trying to stop. That was just an impression.
I know you're from Chicago.
Oh my gosh.
I am,
And
I am from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. I'm downtown. Living over there. I don't even know the Chicago accent. Actually, that was a terrible attempt.
Chicago.
it
Chicago.
was. And I've never been, but I know.
Wow, Maya, that's throw him under the bus, why don't you? Jeez. That's the same way as I do a Chicago accent. That's the exact same way. I mean, you've heard it, I've heard it, we've all heard it.
So you both
You
Now
what?
perfect for each other then.
Yeah.
System basis of that.
did you show her the Pop Tart picture?
No, here, let me send it to you real quick. I think I could have sworn no, I could have sworn I showed her.
The world is telling us we're meant for each other. So I'm 100% confident that we are meant for each other.
Oh.
Oh, really? Samuel?
Yes.
No, like
Maya, you
me.
can't start with Samuel and then not say anything.
I did say
Your your,
word.
your
Oh,
mic is
you're
cutting
yeah, you're
off.
really cutting out hardcore.
Oh, I forgot. This is why I don't use Discord voice anything.
Yeah, Discord has been rather disappointing as of late.
Yeah, it has been a big disappointment.
I love how we both tripped up on saying that Discord is a disappointment.
Yeah, it's almost like we're disappointed.
We're so disappointed we can't even come up with thoughts properly.
Yeah, we're just distraught. It's absolutely distraught.
Heartbroken, devastated,
Yeah,
in a
I
state of
can't.
severe
We're
shock.
so shocked that we can't even say uh disappointment, right?
Like we have to sue Discord. We just have to we have to sue them. This is unacceptable.
Okay,
Why?
two things. Number one, Samuel, I appreciate
You can say
the
Sam.
synonyms. I do. No, a Samuel. Ooh, I think this is where I leave you.
Okay. Thank you for coming in, berating my boyfriend, and then leaving.
It was a
Do
pleasure to meet you.
that.
You didn't berate him,
Thank
but
you.
it was pretty funny.
You're welcome.
Okay, go enjoy Victorian literature while you sit underneath the stars in the log
Oh,
cabin
hi.
near the
That
fire.
actually
Look,
sounds very
there's
romantic.
no, there's a lady though.
What? Did you hear that?
There is a lady.
There's a
No.
lady. There's a
Oh.
Oh,
lady.
yes. Perhaps.
A person of interest near a lake. It's like near a lake, right? That's what you guys are doing.
Um, to go near Kutztown.
Oh.
Should we ever go back to campus,
Yeah.
I'll have some dates lined up.
So if the coronavirus ends, you will be able to have a date.
Yeah,
You went from Casanova to Casano.
essentially.
Oh
Keep
gosh.
doing that.
The world just doesn't want you to date right now.
I get so close and yet so far every time.
Jeez.
It's
How?
kind of sad.
Hello.
But yeah,
Welcome.
I'm gonna head out now.
Okay. It was nice
Be
talking to you.
safe out there.
Oh,
Oh,
hello, Wolfie. Oh, she
and
left.
Wolfie's
She
gone.
left. Oh,
And
hi,
Nope,
Wolfie's
she's
Wolfie.
back again.
Sorry, my phone is heckin' dumb.
Okay.
dark.
I'm
Y'all read
also
the
laying
rules,
in bed.
right?
Yeah, read the rules.
Okay, I'm hearing some echo.
I did not.
Heck. Hold on, let me get.
Echo.
Yeah, I heard myself, and that was
Y'all
gross.
crazy.
Oh, hush your kebabs. Don't say your voice is gross. Your voice is as soothing as an angel's voice singing a song, a melody, a lullaby.
Aww.
Oh my god,
How
there's some
poetic.
serenading happening here.
Yep.
Love thyself,
Yeah, I'm gonna
and
head
thee
out,
shall find
babe.
happiness.
Alright, thanks for stopping by, Maya. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for
Of
stopping by.
course.
Pleasure to meet you.
You're my pal. Enjoy
Sorry.
the rest of your St. Patrick's.
Same, yes, you too. You too.
Certainly will.
You too, friend. You too.
Same. Oof.
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 Oof. So,
Hello.
hi. I'm so tired,
What are
bro.
you doing here, bro?
I finished gaming and I was like, I'ma just dip in, hop in on this fancy business.
This risky business, is that what you just said?
No, this fancy business, but
Oh,
whatever. Risky,
fancy.
fancy, same thing, man.
Hey, you fancy, huh? Hey,
Being
you
fancy
fancy,
is
huh?
quite risky, you know.
You right. That's what I'd top. Being fancy is being risky.
Yeah.
Of course, they never listen and they're fancy all the
Wait, who do you say that to?
my dudes.
Ah, yes. Very nice. Very
They
nice.
never listen. I tell D all the time, bro, being fancy, being risky, and he's out here being
Yeah.
swag as heck, you know?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. I'm sorry.
There's no need to
I'm
apologize.
You're
There's
okay.
absolutely no need to apologize.
I'm
I have
trying to
push to
find a
talk on.
way.
I am laughing. It's just I'm not gonna I'm not gonna turn my mic on just so you can hear.
Ah,
Bro,
quarantine time, babe. Quarantine time, guys. We out here. We out here being quarantined.
we out here.
We
I'm
out here
trying
in the
so
same
hard.
we
way, which
we
means we in
I'm
here.
trying.
we in here.
I am trying so hard to like stay true to rule number one.
I know it's gonna be really hard for you because you're
Like
very good
I
at
can't.
not staying true to rule number one.
I'm trying. I'm trying for you, man.
Just imagine there's kids around.
That doesn't help. I do it in front of kids.
Oh God.
They could be like toddlers, and I would be like,
Uh, what's
So then
someone
just
you won't curse in front of?
nobody. It doesn't matter. They don't
Oof.
like how I talk. They can leave. Not you though.
what usually helps me is just developing a voice. For example, this is not my real voice. This is not how I actually sound like on the daily. This is my radio man voice.
What do you
It
actually
is.
sound like?
Thank you. And obviously, as the voice suggests, I won't be swearing.
What?
Babe, she
I don't
asked the
know.
question. Babe, I love you so
Look
much.
at this. Look at
Oh,
this dude. Look at this
oh,
dude.
Sam. She goes. What do you actually sound like? And you go,
No, I'm like, what do you actually sound like? And you're like, thank you. Anyway.
Oh, I thought you said you do sound like that. I misinterpreted what you said.
it's okay. It's okay. That's so me though. I would do that all the time. Where I'll just say thank you.
You do that a lot.
I do that a lot.
I
Yeah.
mean,
You do that.
this is how I actually sound like right now. My voice that I'm doing right now. It's a little bit raspy.
It's a little bit like everything is kind of melted together, and you're just like,
Yeah. I
but
mean
I
something
dig
like
it
that, I
though.
guess.
You don't have to be. Listen, in this world, you don't have to be fake, man. Be yourself.
I am not trying to be fake. The reason why I'm putting this voice on is to
I
prevent
don't.
me from saying naughty words on the live
I'm
stream.
sorry. I didn't mean to call you fake. I don't mean it. You sound like a really chill dude.
Thank you.
I don't
Nah,
even know you.
thank you.
All I know is your name is
This is such
let's
an
see here,
interesting live
let's check.
stream.
This is I almost disobeyed rule number one. I was like, what's your name here? And then you started talking. I was gonna say that friendly thing I say all the time. But then
Yo,
I was like, I can't
shut
say that
up.
because that's
See?
yeah, shut the
Why would you shut up? It's a wonderful movie. Don't shut up. Open up. Just watch the
Oh,
movie.
Oh my god, this dude.
I love that.
Also, I'm sorry, I sound like high. I'm not. I'm just really tired.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't
it's
want anybody to
considering
get the
that
impression that I'm a
I,
stoner.
I
I
don't
mean,
know. I don't know how people sound when they have higher altitude than others, so I
Oh,
don't
uh,
know
you
what you're
saved
talking
it. You
about.
saved it.
oh, oh,
Um,
oh, oh,
I mean,
oh,
if you
he
want to
saved
throw
it.
stones, that's
Oh,
up to you. I hope you're making a sculpture with these stones that you're throwing. Maybe you're creating a
Get
dam
it? Cause
for the
stoner. That's
beavers.
good. Good job.
oh my god.
I'm
Match
so
made in
proud of you.
heaven out here.
did
I
she
mean,
say?
It's a match made in heaven out here.
I know, right?
Oh my
thank you.
god.
It puts a smile on our faces.
It really
Did you show
does.
her the Pop Tart picture?
You really like the Pops Heart picture.
I don't
Listen,
understand what.
Okay, so his name is Sam, right? I'm gonna send you
Oh,
a picture. Silence.
the
oh, I'm
suspense.
sorry. I was
Suspense.
reading. I was reading my text
No,
messages.
it's
I'm
okay. I
sorry.
didn't say anything either. I'm
Did
just
somebody
joking.
ask me a question? Now I'm confused.
Someone asked me a question. Thank
Oh
you.
my god, what's this? I'm with Sam.
Yeah,
Oh my
so
god,
for
your
for
hair,
the
bro.
listeners at home, the Pop Tart is a picture. The picture is of me holding a Pop Tart that just so happened to say "I'm with Sam" because there was some sort of promotional thing going on with Fruit Loops, and they have that Toucan
Okay,
Sam guy. So,
can I can I just say for the listeners at home, HoneySplash. Imagine like a hippie
oh,
and only a hippie, but a hippie holding a Pop Tart
I'm wearing
with
headphones.
with like a. Are you? Oh yeah, oh shit. Oh sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay,
I'm so sorry.
Failure. Oh.
we get one per stream. That's the rule. We get one per stream.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
No, so basically the sail, you sail on a ship, the ship sails on the ocean, yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
ship.
Yeah.
Look at this beautiful ship. You
I'm
were
so
shipping
sorry.
us. You were shipping
I
me and
was
Honey
shipping.
Splash. That's what you were saying. You ship us.
Oh my god.
It works. It works.
Okay. I didn't. Okay, so imagine a hippie wearing headphones, holding a Pop Tart, and it says "I'm with Sam," and the arrow is pointing to their pinkies. So their pinky's name is Sam, and they're in love with their pinky. That poor
Uh-oh.
pinky. No, I'm just kidding. Um, bro, we should hang out, all of us.
We will.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. It might be a little difficult for a multitude of reasons right now. Uh,
Mostly because we can't
one
social
because we can't,
distancing.
because the social distancing. Two,
Ugh.
that one's in Chicago.
Well, this one is coming
You're in
over there.
Chicago?
Yeah, I'm in Chicago.
Do you live in Chicago?
I do live in Chicago.
What the?
People live in Chicago.
Well, now I have a lot of questions, but I'm not allowed to ask them on this stream now, am I?
We can
We
wait
can
until
talk
the stream
after
is
the
over.
stream. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be over in
Okay.
like 15 minutes. I just kind of wanted to line this, and I might have to come back and redo this, but I'm
Hey,
as I'm drawing, I'm like, ooh, I don't want to do this right now.
when are you? When do you like? When are you doing your streams? Do you have like set days for
Nah.
your streams? You just wake up one morning and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna do a stream tonight.
Well, you know what? It happened because I realized the last time I uploaded something on my channel was 9 months ago, and I want
Oh
to
my
try and
god.
upload at least
You
once a month
you
anymore.
know, I think I remember that stream.
Mhm.
Um, does he know about Ratatouille?
No,
Oh
he
boy. All right, buddy. I got a story for you. Okay.
doesn't.
All
My
right. So here's
body
what
and
happened.
mind and soul are ready.
Good. All right. Here's what's happening. So we had somebody who was watching the stream.
Oh, by the way, is
Uh,
anyone watching this?
hold on. Well, I'm about to find out because I was. Let's see. Top
There's
two
only two
people
people watching. I'm assuming it's myself and
and me.
you.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Hey.
Hey, I'm gonna like it.
Hey, thank you. That helps the
You're
YouTube
welcome.
algorithm.
All of a sudden, it has 3 likes. What's going on?
On mine it just says one.
On mine it says 0. Heck yeah.
On mine, it says 3. Refresh.
The stream is PG. Is it now?
I've never
Well, I
seen
don't
such
think it
a
is. It is. Huh?
such a character descriptor for you. Is it now?
Is it now? Really? I had no idea.
Oof. I'm just sort of jumping around
Uh,
with my lines too, like, you know?
so
I'm ready for that story, by the way.
Ratatouille.
oh my god, yeah. Okay, so like we got off topic. ADHD Andy. There was somebody watching the stream. They follow me on Pinterest or something like that. It's like Evie something
Eevee
something
Dragon,
something
yeah.
Evie Dragon. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I was mispronouncing Pokemon names,
Yeah.
and I had a moment where I was like, "Is it um Rattata or Rattata?" I was like, "How do you people say it? Do you say it Rattata or do you say it Rattata?" And they're like, "Oh, like Rattata." And I don't remember how we got on the topic, but Ratacatatouille, like
Well, it was
Rattata,
Raticate, right? Because we were like,
Raticate,
I kept pronouncing, like when you radiate someone, it's radiate. It's not
Rat-
radicate. I was saying
yeah,
radicate. Radical. So yeah, I was saying
radical,
Yeah, exactly.
radical,
Oh gosh. Check out that on my channel. The first video.
radical.
Oof.
And then he was yeah, Raticate, and then we got to Ratat, Ratatatouille, and then it was Ratacatatouille.
So, anyways, it was really funny.
So, so anyway, you had to be there. Isn't that stream still up?
I think it's still up. I'm not sure. I don't know if
Bro,
that was like the most recent one or the one before that. There's a good
oh my
chance that
god.
it might have been taken down because I played music. So
Can't you just like get the silence the music?
one of these days I'll get the stream highlights and do that. Because that was pretty great.
Ratatouille.
I was about to say, it does sound
Ratatouille.
like one of those moments where you had to be there.
Yeah. Sorry.
Um,
I like that you
I'm
like started really strong. You're like, wait till I tell you the story, and then all of a sudden you're like, you just had to be there.
yeah, you said I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I it's really hard because it was so long ago and my memory's like, yeah, I totally remember this. And then it was like as soon as I start talking about it, my mind's like, yeah, we don't remember this.
Oh,
It's
that's me
like
all the time.
but then it's like too late because I already started the story.
Well, is it we don't remember this or we don't want to remember this?
No, I want to remember it. It was so funny because then later, during the stream, Evie Dragon sent no, they didn't send us the video. They posted in chat to go look at their channel that they had made us something. I went into the channel and they made a video that was like it was Raticate with a crown, I think, and it was like Ratatouille, and then it was just really shout out to Evie Dragon, bro. That was the best ever. Hold on, let me see if I can find that video. I'll post it. Rata. Oh my god. Evie. Evie
You're like
Dragon.
struggling to talk.
I was actually spelling it out. So also, did I tell you what they did? I didn't tell you what happened.
No?
One day, I went to go check out their channel, and they made a video. It's called "Subscribe to Them Now, Please," and it's promoting us.
No way!
Yeah, it was from 6 months ago.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that.
I'll send that to you. And
Oh,
then
maybe we could watch
I
it.
have to I have to find Ratatouille. Oh my god, there it is, Ratatouille. That's what 9 months ago, 52 views. But people are so confused.
50 people in this world have just been blessed. 52 people,
So
excuse
many.
me. But you know, 2 of those views were us.
Yes, and Eric. I told Eric to watch the video too. Hey, if anybody
Nice.
plays on Overwatch and knows somebody named Nausea or I call them Nazhaya because it's just how their name looks. But shout out to Nazhaya.
Pour one out for him. or her. Or
Him,
them. Or
he
etc.
boy, he they them. I'm they them.
Yes.
I'm happy they them.
Oh,
I'm
I think
happy
I. Oh,
confused.
I'm so sorry. I think I.
What'd you
Yeah.
do?
Uh, that I've kind of. Sorry, I misgendered you earlier. I'm sorry. I'm not used
Oh,
to it just yet, and I'm trying my best. I'm really sorry.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
They,
Okay, so
them. They, them. There we go.
All right, where do I
Wolfie is
put
they,
this?
them.
Where do I put? People never know. They're like, you person. And I'm like, yep, sounds about
Yeah,
right.
yeah. I mean, we were having this discussion. I was there for it.
the Russian way is the best way. You say comrade, everyone my comrade. Hello, comrade. Male, female, him,
Welcome,
they,
Red.
she. It does not matter. You comrade, you comrade. We drink vodka together.
Alright. Here, I'll send you all. Here, I sent you Ratatouille. Ratatouille. 4 HoneySplash artists. For you, Faith. Er,
You can say Faith. It's okay. Some people
okay.
know me as my IRL name.
F-
Oh, I once got a. So sometimes I can't
I
pronounce
thought.
my own name.
So, I
And
own.
one
Just really quick.
time.
Wait. I'm sorry, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
Can I just say this really quick?
I guess.
I thought you were gonna straight up finish that sentence. So I got a restraining order because that's what
Me
that
too,
sentence
me
sounded
too.
like it was going.
I thought that's what she was gonna
Wow,
say.
guys, no, I don't have a restraining order. I swear. It's not the real reason why I'm quarantined right now. Not at
Oh my
all.
god. It's
No, I'm
because.
good. I'm good.
Sorry. Go
Um,
ahead with your story.
well, just how someone said fifth instead of faith, and so some time ago, so here's the thing. I'm not, I struggle sometimes with words, like I am now,
Do you?
and one of the things was I mispronounced my own name as fifth
Oh god.
when I was
Oh.
ordering food, so then they said it out loud. And I had to go
Fifth?
up there, and I'm like, oh, yeah, my name is totally Fifth, not Faith. I was so
Bro.
embarrassed. And it was at my school, too, so it's like, oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
I've
my
had
point
people.
exactly.
I have had people miss say
Woofy?
my. No. The actual name. The
Oh,
nickname part of it is Wolfie. In the reality, it's Wolfette.
right.
But I've heard people call me Wolfit.
I'm gonna be right back.
Wolfeat.
Give me one sec.
Okay.
We'll wait. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Sorry,
Don't
but
apologize.
so many people have said that name wrong, especially if it's the full one, Wolfette Ari Hooves. Ari is always said wrong. They're like, Ari? Is your name Ari? Like, no. It's not. It's Hooves is like the easiest part of it.
Right.
And God forbid, it's like sometimes like my gamer tag name is like Wolfette the Nerd with
Hmm.
no spaces. And they don't people's minds don't process that it's Wolfette the. They just squish it together. Wolfette. Wolfette the Nerd. Oh, do you still play Minecraft?
Yes.
Do you what version do you have?
I have the desktop.
Do you have Bedrock?
No, I think it's
No.
the other one.
Oh,
Oh, you're
Java?
back. Hello.
Java. Yes. Hello.
Oh, sad boy hour.
Sorry.
I
It's
know the
okay.
feel.
Um, I'm trying to think of another game that's like cross-play that we could like play together. That'd be totally cool.
Yeah, because
I don't know if
with quarantine time, it's the only way we can hang
yeah,
out. Well, it's been a hot
yeah,
second since I voice called you even. So this is like
yeah. You never text. Every time you text me, I'm like, oh my God, what happened? You
Oh,
could
that's
just say
awful.
you could just
I'm
say
so
hi, and I'm
sorry.
like, oh my God, she's dying. Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, that's accurate as heck. I'm so sorry. That sound makes me feel like a bad person.
And I
Every
just
time.
like I'm always like, and I never text you because I'm always like, oh, they're probably really busy. Oh no. It's like
Oh.
they're probably super busy and I don't want to bother them. Like,
Oh,
oh my
you can
God.
never bother me. I'm
And
sorry. I give that impression. Jeez.
well, like I know like you're like doing your art and you have like a lot of like stuff on your plate and
Yeah.
whatnot. And I'm just like, I just don't want to bother them. And
Yeah,
it's like my
college was
dudes are
really
like,
kicking my butt.
oh my God, my dudes are like, you should probably text them or like say hi or something. And I'm just like, but they're probably busy. And I don't know when classes are.
So I speak from experience here, and this also goes to all of our viewers. Bother your friends, bug them, message them. Okay, I'm not saying bombard their phones with messages, but send them a simple message. If they are understanding and kind and open, they would just respond with, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm busy," or they'll just respond later. It never ever assume that you are a bother on someone.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's literally how you lose the friendship.
Yeah. That's a good point.
I do that a lot, mostly because I have anxiety and low self-esteem and depression. Every time I'm just like, I've pulled up our like on Discord. I've pulled up our conversation so many times. I've typed in the word "hey," then erased it and left because I was like, yeah, maybe they're really busy and just don't want to
Oh,
talk to
no,
me.
I always want to talk to you. If I'm busy, it's not big. I always want to talk to you. Period. If I'm busy, I just can't talk to you at the moment. It doesn't mean I don't want to talk
Yeah,
to you ever. It just means I can't right then.
I know. Also, Frankie texts you a lot. He's the
Yeah.
one that does it the most. He does that "hey" and then erase, and then he types out another message, erase, types another erase.
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys, that I made you feel that way. I hope.
No, he's like, I just never know what to say. I always say the same thing.
No, that's okay. Sometimes you
He's
just need
always
to
like, "Hey,
talk.
friend, how are you?"
You know. Um.
Frankie's an
Yep.
soul. I love him.
Yeah. I hope now we can have an open line of communication. You can just talk whenever you want. And I may not respond right
Yeet.
away, but I do want to hear from you guys.
Oh, woo.
Yeah.
It
Thanks,
Oh,
Dave.
woo.
notices your
X3
happiness.
nuzzles.
What is this?
X3 nuzzles
Wholesome.
pounces on you. Ooh, woo, you're so. Couldn't help but notice your warmth.
You're what?
Your warmth. I didn't want to say the other thing. That's PG.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It cut out, so
Nuzzle
I was like, "Oh, you better not."
and nuzzles your necky wecky till damer tilde hee hee. I don't know the rest of the word.
I chose you guys. You guys are my friends.
This is. I hope you're happy.
Yes. So happy. No, just kidding. I love you guys. Thank you
Oh
for
my
sticking
God.
around. You're not a
I
burden,
love
and you're
you
fun
too,
to
my
be
dear.
around. Yeah. Okay.
I'm opening my eyeballs. They hurt. They're so
You
dry, but
should
at the same
sleep.
time, they're so watery. No, my eyeballs always hurt. I'm in so much pain.
Do you stay
I haven't.
hydrated and sleep well?
No.
There you go.
I don't. I well,
Eye drops.
I tend to drink a lot of Gatorade.
Gatorade doesn't hydrate you as well as actual water. Little fun fact.
I
And the
also eat
sugar
a
is
lot
where
of
the
ice.
sugar is.
Does that count?
Say that one more time.
I chew ice. I'm an ice cruncher.
That's bad for your teeth.
Not really, not
I wait till
necessarily.
it
It
melts
does.
a bit. Like I wait till it melts before I start to like when it's soft enough to like chew easily. So it's not like solid. It's like halfway to mush, but it's not.
Oh,
It's
there's
it's
a
like
science to it.
yeah, there's a science to it. It has to be like you've melted it down enough to the point where it's not like your teeth can kind of just. It's like okay, y'all ever had like snow cone?
Yeah.
You know
Yes.
how like when you bite a snow cone, solid nor is it
It's
Yes.
like a hard
melted?
slush. It's like a frozen
Yeah,
slushy.
yeah, 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 like that. That's basically the point in which I chew. But there's like a science to it. You have to test. You have to test crunch. You have to test now. I'm so tired.
We just went to a TED talk about ice crunching.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. You should have seen my TED talk before you guys joined. It was just like rambling about the YouTube videos I watched recently.
Lol XD.
Oh, I should save. I just saved.
You should.
Yeah, that's important. Okay, I think the lining is done. Alright, I think I'm gonna call it.
I think I'm gonna just
This
stop
is the
right here.
lining. I like it. Could be better, but it's okay. So, take a look, folks.
I think it
I
looks
like.
beautiful.
Can I just put in a thing?
Sure?
You 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 your art is amazing.
Oh,
I
thank
don't
you.
care if you're like it could be better. No, no, no. Hush, you.
I want to
It's
improve,
perfect.
though. Like, look at this. This guy.
I still have suture.
Oh, yeah,
That
the
drawing you
character.
did of
Yeah.
suture. He's still on my wall. And the first drawing you ever actually drew me is on.
Oh, yeah, with the pony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love it. I also remember the conversation we had about that. Your cutie mark? It's stupid. So I'm gonna just read. Bruh, I was like, in my head, I was like, what did this person just say?
I don't
My
even remember
life's
what it
work?
was. You know I wasn't in the right state of mind to be nice.
I know. I know. Oh man. It was funny though, because I remember, like, in my head, like, D was like, that's funny. They just hashed your life's work.
Yeah, he would like that joke.
He would. He would. It was funny because, like, I was like, oh, okay. I was like, well, how do you think it should look? And you were like, I think it should look like this. And then it forever stayed like that.
Nice.
Like, I was like, you know what? They were right. What I did was stupid.
I'm usually
I
not
haven't.
that harsh with people, but it wasn't. You caught me at the wrong time.
Wrong time. It was cool though.
Yeah.
I have to redraw my notes. I wanna.
Hey, it ain't no time like the present, you know? That's exactly what I'm doing. Cause
No
this is Honey
time
Splash's
like the
old
present.
thing, and then uh, this is the current look. Got rid of the horns; they were stupid.
Like, okay.
So yeah, and I have some colors here. I might work into it, but yeah, I think that's good for
Oh,
now. I mean, I didn't really do a whole lot, but I'm glad I was able to do a live stream for once. So that's nice.
ooh.
Yeah, ooh, ooh. Yeah. Oh gosh, it hurt a little bit on the inside to say that.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yikes. So thank you all for joining. Follow me on my social media. It's HoneySplash artists everywhere. You just can find me on that. And
Follow me.
follow you on follow you on Instagram. The Instagram page I'm supposed to you know, upload.
Follow me on the Instagram page. I don't even.
Wolfette the Nerd, I think it is. Something like that.
I don't remember. Y'all play Xbox? Play with me. I don't have anybody to play with anymore. I really need people to play with. I'm so lonely.
Oh my gosh.
Lonely,
Well, I don't got
I'm
an
Mr.
Xbox. I can't
Lonely.
play. And then a lot of those games anymore are not cross-platform.
Well, yeah, that's why I was asking you if you had Minecraft. Wait, if you have Java, Bedrock's free for you.
Really?
I think that was the thing. If you already have Java, Bedrock should be free for you, and if you get Bedrock, I can invite you to Tupville.
Tut. Oh, cool.
Tupville's a cool thing that three other people made. No, two other people. Two other hosts made.
Mhm.
And then it's mostly uh system couples all
Mhm.
made little rooms, and then they can go off and build houses. Kane built one on, those, have you all ever seen like End City?
The End City, like the end game of Minecraft. End City.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
if after you fight the dragon, you
Yeah.
go through that little thing and you end up in End City. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know those trees
Oh yeah.
that have like the fruit? Yeah, Kane built a house in the normal world, like the overworld. He built it straight up, and then he built a house. And there's a ladder on the tree that leads into the house
So it's
because
a
he loves the
treehouse.
tree. It's literally a tree house on the skinniest tree in existence. And he was just like, I'm gonna live up here. And I'm like, Kane. So his house is now the Tupville marker. Like if you're far away, you can just faintly see his house in the distance. And you're like, oh, found home. Look at this self-plug blue.
But thanks for joining. Uh, you okay there, friend?
I'm sorry. I just spent how long? 10, 15 minutes on a tired
It wasn't
ramble
that. It
about
wasn't that
Minecraft.
long. It was like 2 minutes maximum.
I have no sense of time. I'm
It's
like a
okay.
dog.
Me neither. Me neither.
What
Um,
is time?
what is time?
Time
Time
is a
Time
is
is an
not an
construct of
illusion.
illusion.
human perception, an illusion created by.
And with that, we're gonna end the live stream. Thank you guys so much for joining. I hope you have a lovely night. Stay safe out there.
Take your daily coffee.
And
Bye